All right, let's begin.
Okay, yes, let me run through these ones headlines you should know about this morning. Now, Mahama seeks on the front page of the Ghanaian Observer. Mahama seeks Russian support for his campaign. Tells Russian oligarchs December election is a foregone conclusion. Why do I feel that this paper played into what the NDC has been sharing? You remember that I've seen Standobe and Co. share possible headlines they suspect will be in the papers this morning about Mahama going to sell his book or getting his book translated into Russia or something like that. Then it appears this is just a reproduction of that. At least since you have seen him put out that, you could have just surprised him by not putting it out.
Exactly.
Well,
The man went to Russia to sell his books.
Yeah.
To launch the Russian version of
the,
my first coup d'etat.
Yeah, but you say Mahama seeks Russian support for his campaign. In any case, the people who have been seeking Russian support, they appear to be winning. So no, check Senegal. The all controversy about the current president's what they call it, his role model and all of that. Mm-hmm. I do not accept, and I'm sure the laws of this republic are opposed to external people, putting money into our politics. But if that is,
it depends on
if this is construed.
What kind of support?
Support is sought in this case anyway. Yeah.
Because people appear to be worried.
Yeah.
At least I know a couple of people who appear to be worried.
Are they worried it's not from Nigeria?
No, but what's the big deal?
Now, are they worried it's not from Nigeria? Or the usual places?
But you see, Raymond,
because I know our people, we know that the election,
Mahama also attended university in Russia.
Yes. So that's the connection.
If he goes to Russia to launch his book.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, it's an
After all, we've asked the Ukrainians to help us even during the time
to bring us food.
Even in times of war.
Yeah,
so
but this one.
A big deal.
But this was not campaign. A campaign is related to election. That's why we are worried. Because our law says that they cannot come.
If there's evidence that he went for money from Russia, from Russians, why not? They can bring it.
Well, I just felt this could have been delayed to maybe the next day so that it's not as if the people are right. Yeah.
Okay. Let's get into other stories.
Yes, the other stories here. Let me bring you what's being reported by some of these other papers, but maybe Daryl will do the Daily Guide.
Yeah, Daily Guide. Let's debate economy mano a mano. Baumia Des Mahama. So the MPP flag bearer Darren, Mr. Mahama, to debate the economy. He says, I'm looking forward to a debate with John Mahama on the economy, country and governance, but I'm afraid that he's running away from a debate, isn't it? His people say he doesn't want to debate. I don't know on what basis he's saying that the former president is running away from a debate, but of course, a debate would be exciting to have.
I'll be
excited to watch it.
Equally looking forward to it. And we should not see, people want to serve us. So if the people of this republic want a debate, this conversation is not being debated in the United States of America.
No.
Whether you like it or not, you are inclined to participate in
a debate.
Yes. So we should reach the point where people are inclined to participate automatically. We don't have to be begging you to participate, or you don't have to be forced by your opponent to show interest in it. So if the NDC, if Bamia says he has heard the NDC say they will not participate, I am telling the NDC, it is one of the avenues you are putting yourself out there for we the people to judge you. Go ahead to say man to man, right?
Mano a mano.
Yes. Let's hear from you. Let's hear from your ability to articulate the things you have said all over the place. And if you decide not to participate in this, the signal you are sending is that you may not even believe in the policies you are talking about.
Has the former president said, though, that he's not willing to debate?
I've not heard him say that.
I don't know.
Yes, I've not heard him say that. And I do not have on record any such claim. But, so when is the debate? We are barely 6 months into an election. When are they agreeing to this debate?
Yeah. I certainly would want to see the two leading candidates in a debate.
Yeah.
And look, why not? We would want to organize a debate for them.
Yes.
And they know the discussions we've had with them.
In fact, mostly it is your friend is saying, the incumbent that's afraid.
So let's have a debate. I think that the two main political parties and their candidates should subject themselves to a debate. Let Ghanaians decide who has the best policies.
And even Donald Trump did debate.
Even Donald Trump. Why you say even Donald Trump?
But we know the man. I mean, clearly.
He won the last
incoming president of the United States of America, Donald Trump. Even he
incoming.
Oh, everybody
Well,
knows
let me
that.
do let me do the finder for this morning, if you're done, Daryl, because we have to share with you what transpired yesterday during our national dialogue on non-communicable disease. But the finder this morning talks about Ministry of Food and Agriculture sharing PFJ 2.0 inputs. Dr. Bamia boasts of better achievements up north than Mahama. Well, I'm just asking. Okay, is the MPP's achievements, right?
Yes.
Okay.
No, in this case, he attaches himself to all.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
all.
the achievements.
Yes. Not all the MPP's achievement in the north.
Okay.
It's in the south that sometimes he selects which ones are applicable. Yeah.
DBG to channel 1.4 billion Ghana cedis to SMEs, IFC to provide 400 million, Hydro Authority, UKCEH partner to enhance flood control and climate resilience, something we've been talking about. I mean, every year, flood control, but really. And also here, KNUST graduate's death is being thoroughly investigated, IGP. So yesterday...
Oh, he listened.
Yes, yesterday when we called on the IGP, he's listened. And the police issued
He's a listening IGP.
Okay.
A trait that the president may want to learn from him.
Okay. So he listened. He issued a statement yesterday. He's talked about, how the police is thoroughly investigating this. They will continue. He's talked about the fact that he actually got in touch with the family. And the fact that they conducted an autopsy, which indicated that she had pulmonary edema and asphyxia. And this was done in the presence of a family member. And following that discussion,
Also, they knew that.
from the IGP statement, from the police statement, it's very categorical. It says
when was that done?
it said it was done. Let me just read a bit of it because yesterday we talked about that. So the police says that on the 8th of June, the Ghana Police Service received a complaint to the effect that Lois Abner Cranching, a 24-year-old woman, has been found unconscious in a swimming pool at a hotel in Takrady in the West Union, was taken to the hospital for medical attention but was pronounced dead on arrival. On the same day, the police commenced an investigation into the incident, and a police team visited the scene and also visited a hospital and inspected the body, but no marks of assault were found on her. The body was later deposited at the morgue, where an autopsy was conducted on the 8th of June in the presence of the deceased family by a pathologist at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, who gave the verbal cause of death as asphyxia, severe pulmonary edema, and drowning in a pool. Meanwhile, following the dissatisfaction expressed by the deceased family in sections of the media, the IGP personally reached out to the family via telephone call and rendered an apology to them for the lack of sufficient police engagement. He assured them that investigations into the incident is still ongoing and also informed them of readiness of the police to visit them at their convenience and update them on investigations done so far. And Raymond, one of the things I've learned following the statement is that the lady in question actually lost the mother.
Yes,
in February this year, and when the grandmother was informed about the mother's death,
she also passed.
The grandmother also passed.
It's a terrible
and
story.
so it's a bit of a difficult time
for the family.
For the family, and even at the time, it could have probably been a difficult time even for the lady herself, because you lose your mother, and in no time you get to lose, your grandmother. And all the challenges you go through, you have to add that to everything that you have to do for your own self.
Yeah, it's a difficult time. So the least we can do is to get some answers to what, not that it would bring her back, but at least they'll be settled in their minds about what happened on that.
Yeah, I mean, I think the hotel has a lot of questions to answer also.
They didn't have a CCTV operating the hotel.
I mean, the hotel has a lot of questions to answer. You just cannot throw your hands up and say you don't have a CCTV. And you just cannot say that, hotels would have times that people can swim. You cannot tell me that, if you say after 6 p.m. people cannot swim, you don't allow anybody to swim. Some hotels say after 6 p.m., some say after 8 p.m. But whatever it is, you don't allow people to go swimming when they are not supposed to swim.
And there was nobody on guard around the swimming pool?
Your job is to prevent that person from swimming.
Well, I'm not sure. So what are the standards usually expected of hotels? What liabilities are expected to be passed on to them? And what roles are they expected to play? For example, Darrow mentioned this surveillance camera. Where can they put the surveillance camera? Where can they not put that? Where are they allowed? Are they mandated that you should necessarily have surveillance cameras on your compound to check who goes into a pool? So, I mean, these ones ought to be settled
Yes.
as established standards they should, and they fail to deliver according to them. So I'm not sure about them. That's why I am not.
No, I mean,
quite,
you're
yeah.
very right. And, you know, one of the things we don't do well in this country is that issues happen that are supposed to enable us change the way we do things. But we sweep them under the carpet.
Yeah.
And so, for instance, it will be important to find out, even the young lady in question, at the time, what was her mental health status? Very, very important to find out.
Yeah.
You know, because, well, for all of us who have lost persons who are close to us, we know how it feels like to lose these persons.
Oh yes, and there are no support systems in the Republic.
exactly. So at
the
the-
best you can do is go to church and go and pray.
So at the point in time, what was going through her mind? Some of her family members have said, oh, she knows how to swim. Did she think, for instance, that the best way to, you know,
Deal with her.
deal with the stress was to go and do something she loves doing, which is swimming? These are questions we need answers to. So it just mustn't end there. We must use this to change the way we do things. Okay, and even the provision of mental health services in our companies is something we should think about.
I've not heard anybody in this republic say, I'm going for grief therapy. It's a real thing.
Yeah.
That when you're grieving, you need therapy. Yes. But I've not heard anybody that I know say that before.
Something we must do, and again, that's where the conversation should get to.
But I
Something
know-
we don't do in this country.
But I know in Buckingham, they recommended to somebody who had a parent die in Ghana. They stopped the girl from writing the exams and recommended that she go see specific people for that. But I had not heard
the
any.
experience will be traumatic if you lost your mom and your grandmother.
Yes,
during
yes,
a
yes.
short
Oh, it's a
period.
very terrible one.
A short space.
Look, I'll end on this note. When I lost my brother, ordinarily 1 year is done after 1 year. You know how long it took us to do is 1 year? 5 years.
Yeah, because you are staying away.
Yes, and even after 5 years, the picture that was supposed to be placed in the house, my father didn't want to see it. So he didn't go. I mean, he didn't go past the picture, because you still cannot believe that you've had to bury your son
Or even a parent.
or the parent. I mean, it's such a painful thing. I mean, even for those of us who are old, and one of my friends, I had a fight with him, and he was surprised because at the time one of my parents wasn't feeling well, and he didn't understand. And I was like, Charlie, at that point in time,
Yeah.
you know what? I mean, whatever is going through, I mean, the least thing gets you offended. But let's get
Just
to
wanted to add that the hotel also has made to answer. I mean, they can't go scot free.
sure.
Yeah.